depths of your being. Alright? Why you think you would need approval from Tommy to post the video makes absolutely zero sense.
Okay. If you don't understand that the emotions and the feelings of the bereaved are the primary consideration in offering condolences, offering care, then I don't know what you do in your church, but I would be a little stunned and frankly appalled if I found that, if I were to find out that you were in a position of responsibility, if you were, say, teaching or part of a public outreach program. Because, wow, your posture throughout these videos drips with hostility, condescension, and an arrogance that borders on brutality. It really comes through in the way that you use words with theological significance, like Jesus, Holy Spirit, truth of God. You use these words as if you were pimp slapping somebody. I mean, just go ahead and watch your own videos. Listen to the fluctuations in tone. You become more forceful when you use those words. Even your body language reflects this. You lean forward when you are speaking these words. You are taking an aggressive posture when you utilize these words. If that's what you think Christianity is, what Christianity should be in your life, in the lives of other people around you, hostility, thinly masked, barely controlled aggression. Well, then it's no surprise that you don't understand why someone would feel the need to ask somebody who had just lost their father whether a public, and that's key here, whether a public expression of sympathy was appropriate. The other side of that, the other element of consideration there, and you didn't mention who, but here's a shocker for you. YouTube is not a vacuum, and we are not operating in isolation. We talk. So, yeah. Fair number of us have a good idea what you're talking about here. The other element of concern and consideration is that it did not, it could have been construed as inappropriate because it could have been construed as sub-whoring. It could have been construed as cashing in on Tommy's loss for a little bit of public credibility. And regardless of the sincerity of the person in question, and their sensitivity in this matter is very much appreciated by, well, should be lauded, should be applauded. Wanting to genuinely console someone who has experienced a remarkable loss, to the exclusion of all other considerations, should be applauded. I notice you are not applauding. I also notice that for all of your contention that you are not here for controversy, that you are not here for subscriptions or popularity or what have you. I notice that you're pretty engaged in this. I notice that you're dug in pretty deep on your personal fight with Tommy. And please don't pretend for a moment that you can that you are not attacking the character of a person whose material, whose writing, whose expressions, whose comedy you find sufficiently reprehensible that you feel the need to reprimand other Christians who enjoy it or appreciate it or express support for it. Oh no, that is very personal. Please stop pretending otherwise. There's no shortage of fights that you can pick on YouTube. But if you're not interested in controversy and the notoriety that comes with it, notoriety being a neutral term, it's as likely to make you infamous as it is to make you famous. Why Tommy? I mean, Tommy from the Bronx is not the only person who kind of straddles this, straddles the fence between the camps. He's not the only guy out there that, he's not the only atheist out there that Christians interact with positively. For that matter, if you're really not interested in controversy, and you're mostly interested in putting the truth out there, maybe it would behoove you to step away from something that I don't think you entirely understand the ramifications of. Like I said, this isn't a vacuum, and this is your first appearance on the scene, and it's entirely possible that you're just getting off on the wrong foot. But you've posted a video asking why, titled "Why You Are on YouTube." I'd suggest sticking a question mark at the end of that and spending some time with it. While you're at it, I think some introspection is in order about anger, about hostility, and about how you feel that should or should not play a role in your faith. Because that's the sort of question that is very difficult to ask, even more difficult to answer, but downright dangerous to ignore.